Aya, Baba Shushui.
Black Stars. Black Stars. You're calling your mobile football. 20 years and Afibia, yeah, African Cup of Nations are your call. African Cup of Nations, your call. And so, Afibia, Black Stars, Atetia Pansan. Ezu, when they decline in 20 years, a Black Stars almost call African Cup of Nations. I bet you was there, my. Every second, which are Black Stars are, it's me call finance. Cup no any team fight in 1981. And so your ball bono, now a coffee need you. So I feel there, your son. Obiaba, it's me, Ezu. Nina, yeah.
When we lose, I take the full responsibility. When we win, I take responsibility. But we're all together. No, it's not all about me.
In the land where the black star shines bright.
Coffee Radio.
So guys, the Black Stars coach Utuado has finally been sacked. Shall I guess what? He was sacked at midnight. Yes, he was sacked at midnight. I mean, how do you do this to a man at midnight? I'm Kamoma de crunching boy. Yeah, good riddance. He's been fired 72 days to the World Cup, and the Ghana Football Association says they are going to be announcing the new direction for the Black Stars in a short time. So let's watch this space. At least there can be some bite, some verve in the team to want to impress the new coach or the new technical, team for this World Cup. That will at least bring some urgency, because Charlie, losing the last 4 friendlies against decent opponents, not good enough.
So breaking news from the Black Stars camp. Black Stars coach Otuado managed his last game in charge of the team this evening. Ghana losing by 2-1 against Germany, but it seems that the heavy 5-1 loss to Austria had been his undoing way before. A meeting of officials from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the Ghana Football Association, sealed his fate. My understanding is that the coach is aware that the decision has been made. The GFA is aware the decision has been made. Multiple sources have confirmed this to us, which means that with just about 3 months, if I'm getting my maths right, to the start of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, Ghana will be on the market for a new coach. Ghana will be on the market for a new leadership and direction. Otuado took charge of Ghana for the second time, couldn't qualify Ghana for the Nations Cup, recovered to qualify Ghana for the World Cup. This evening, when he was asked about his tenure in charge, he said that he thought the team was in the right direction, and he spoke quite excitedly about how far he thought he could take the Black Stars as far as the FIFA World Cup is concerned. But it doesn't look like he will get the chance to lead the team. And from multiple sources, one that I've confirmed thoroughly, from at least 3 sources within the team, he has been told that he no longer will lead the charge as far as the Black Stars is concerned. Seismic decision. But as I mentioned, it's a decision that seemed to have been sealed after the loss in Vienna. There were rumors around the team about how Monday could be a pivotal day, but it seems that that pivotal day has come for Otuado. So Otuado sacked as Black Stars coach. Not sure what decision will be made next, but it's been a big day.
Or we can go coach the team. What is that? Make I go coach? Because me, my coach the team, like this, like them. But like them, they want to chop my mother. Your mother play the boy. Your mother player your mouth. If you saw them for the talk to them, made they no say challenge. She can the coach go fit beat person. I'll write application to GFA and tell them I want to manage the Black Star team. Maybe they give me one match. Make I go manage them. One match. Like they will believe me for the pit stop. Or make I go coach the team. What is that? Make I go coach. Because me, I coach the team. Like this. Like them. But like them, they want to chop my mother. Hey, your mother, play the boy, your mother. Play your mother. If you saw them for the talk to them, made they no say challenge. She can the coach go fit beat person. I'll write application to GFA and tell them I want to manage the Black Star team. Maybe they give me one match. Make I go manage them. One match. Like they will believe me for the pit stop.
So guys, the Black Stars coach Otuado has finally been sacked. Charlie, guess what? He was sacked at midnight. Yes, he was sacked at midnight. I mean, how do you do this to a man at midnight? I'm Kamoma de Cran Chimpwe. Yeah, good riddance. He's been fired 72 days to the World Cup, and the Ghana Football Association says they are going to be announcing the new direction for the Black Stars in a short time. So let's watch this space. At least there can be some bite, some verve in the team to want to impress the new coach or the new technical team for this World Cup. That will at least bring some urgency, because Charlie, losing the last 4 friendlies against decent opponents, not good enough.
I encourage civil society organizations to actively engage with this legislative process, offer constructive input, and support public awareness when it is enacted. Moreover, I encourage you to collaborate with government to oversee public projects, monitor budget execution, and enhance social accountability mechanisms. Together, we can rebuild and strengthen public trust in our institutions. In this regard, I note the recent expose by the Fourth Estate on procurement processes related to the award of contracts under the Big Push program. While sole sourcing is legal under certain circumstances, under our current procurement law, would all agree that open, transparent tenders are always preferable for achieving competitive pricing and value for money. Although we've seen snippets of the investigation from the media, I've instructed my office to obtain the full detailed report from the Fourth Estate and to conduct a study of the various allegations presented in the report. We're also requesting the Ministry of Roads and Highways to present a detailed response to those allegations made therein in order to inform government's action on the matter. And it is precisely for such situations that I announced that government will introduce amendments to the Public Procurement Act to limit single sourcing in order to promote greater transparency and ensure proper value for money for the money we spend on projects. I've also requested the Minister of Finance to fast-track the setup of the Independent Value for Money Office, since the amendment to the procurement legislation will require that all single-source procurements be subject to rigorous value for money review. I remain of the conviction that single sourcing must be used as sparingly as possible, and would consult with civil society on the new legislation we propose to use to restrict it as a method of procurement.
A few of our people, I don't know whether for attention or popularity, criticized the achievement and tried to belittle it. And they made all kinds of infantile arguments. They say, so, but Africans were involved. I mean, it doesn't, the crime was systematic. The ships that carried the slaves were insured by reputable insurance companies that are some of the richest in the world today and profited from the slave trade. The ship owners made money. Reparations, and listen to the important one, reparations were paid to slave owners for letting the slaves go When they abolished slave trade and said the slaves could go, they compensated the person who has enslaved somebody for loss of property. As recently as 2015, compensation was paid to people for losing their slaves. And you come and tell me that we recognize this as a grievous crime, and you say, oh, but Africans were involved. This was a whole system. They built ships, and they built the ships with measurements to make sure that the cargo can take the maximum amount of slaves. And you tell me that, you know, Africans were involved, so we shouldn't talk about reparations. You know, I don't know. I mean, some people just, you know, want to whittle down what happened. If you know what happened to the slaves, nothing compares to it in everything that has happened in this world, to the 15 million people who were sent away, those who died. I'll give you the case of one example. A ship captain threw 134 slaves overboard to go and claim insurance because the cargo, your ancestors were cargo. And so if the ship lost cargo, there was insurance that compensated for the loss of cargo. And 134 slaves, he threw them overboard and went and filed an insurance claim for loss of cargo. And you know, before now, the arguments have been fragmented. A few people have acknowledged. I know some of the leading corporates have come and apologized for their role in this, but the whole discussion has been fragmented. And so our purpose was to put it on record, the true story of the slave trade. If even to just let the spirit of our ancestors rest, I am happy that we went. I'm happy that we went to the General Assembly and it is recorded for eternity in the records that this happened. It will never be forgotten. Those who seek to erase their memory have failed.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. This is Good Morning Ghana on the Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro, and it's always a pleasure to come your way. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. This is the day the Lord has made. Today is the 31st of March, 2026. Oh, la, la. Wow, 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 and what a wow. March has ended, hasn't it? March has ended. Tomorrow starts or begins another month. Anyway, I want to say big thanks to Almighty God for making it possible for us to return here to join the nation's conversation on the big issues that are making the rounds in our dear country, Ghana. And I also want to say big thanks to you, the audience. You wake up every morning, you make time to watch us or to listen to us on radio. We're very, very grateful for making time to consume the information that we churn out here. And that's why we're very particular, we're very careful with what we talk about here, because you trust us. We have integrity, we have a credibility, and it's something that we do not intend to undermine or to compromise on at all. I'll go straight ahead and look at what the newspapers are reporting this morning on the various front pages. So Daily Graphic this morning says, under invoicing rocks raw rubber exports. Ghana Commercial Bank probe. Ghana Commercial Bank profits before tax hits some 3.17 billion cedis in 2025. And then you also have runs logistics refunds 19.1 million cedis after audit, Deputy Finance Minister tells PAC. Akosombo Jakiti Kudikope Road project ahead of schedule. That's according to the contractor. And there's Galamsey fights lethargic. Act now. Galamsey coalition appeals to President Mahama. The Ghanaian Times this morning says that EcoGlass targets 24-hour economy policy for growth as it begins operations. There's GCB Bank posed a record 3.17 billion cedis profit for 2025. And there's VEEP visits survivors of Accra Newtown building collapse. 5 killed in Nkwanta clashes as police deploy armored security. There's fallout of Auditor General special report. Runs logistics refunds 19.1 million cedis to state, yet to account for 7,000 tons of rice. Daily Guide this morning says Bogosi community backs Heath Goat fails, and there's also Newtown building collapse, 3 confirmed dead, 20 rescued. Complete Agenda 111 projects Nana to Mahama. There's MMDC's drill boreholes at 100,000 cedis each, MP reveals. And there's NAM1 to testify virtually. That's on the front page of today's Daily Guide. And then you also have the Insight that says that a coalition of traders and agents demand an urgent review of AI-driven valuation system at the Ghana ports. There's NPA intensifies Stay Back, Stay Safe campaign to address fuel siphoning in the Eastern region. And there's ahead of Easter festivities, MTTD NRSA warn drivers against reckless driving and overspeeding. And there's also why Ghana's next big reform should be migration. Simeon, as Oscar writes, Employment Ministry signs MOU with Iron Matsun Global Services over occupational safety reforms in Ghana. Court dismisses La Agbawe's 2 lawsuit against Niger for lacking jurisdiction. And as Palestine marks 50th Land Day amid renewed calls for justice and peace. The Ghanaian publisher says that NPA steps up anti-fuel siphoning campaign. There's prioritized Agenda 111 completion. Akufo-Addo tells Mahama. Salman Youth petition government over Galamsey. And as Fidelity Bank supports UG's laptop initiative. And then you also have the Daily Post that says Boston Energy shines at Africa Government Summit and Public Sector Innovation Awards 2026. But I'm not surprised. I mean, I think that Afechi Awono and his team, I think you're doing a good job. And please keep it up. Keep it up. I've seen some of the numbers, and quite clearly you're doing the Lord's work. So Afechi Awono and your team, congrats. I'm sure that's my guest at some point.
That's my brother.
Oh, that's your brother, Afechi. I see. That's interesting. Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah, so you're not surprised his delivery?
No.
Anyway, so there's also the Otuado sacked. Yes, that's on the front page of today's Daily Post as well. Let me go online quickly and look at what the online portals are reporting. So my Joe Online says Otuado sacked. There's OMC's increase in fuel prices at pumps. Goyle sells petrol at 13.30 cedis and diesel at 17.10 cedis. A Council of State member demands Yoko boss to apologize or face lawsuit, petitions Mahama for his dismissal. There's too watery, too risky. Why Ghanaian traders prefer Burkina tomatoes. City News from this morning says GFA sacks Otuado. There's halt AS system deployment at Ghana ports, Abua to GRA. And there's Ghana's credit outlook at risk if reforms lose momentum, according to S&P. Apologize or face legal action. Council of State member Kwamega Atople to Yoko. This thing has been trending since yesterday. I don't know what exactly is the issue between Atople, who's a Council of State member, and Yoko. He's also from Ketu North. Yesterday there was a statement that was issued. I've read it. I don't know what the genesis of all of this. Anyway, so there's also infantile arguments. Muhammad Blaster, Manasseh, others over slavery reparations, criticisms. There's one goal Shatawale blast Black Stars after poor performance. Palm oil, culture and war. Muhammad directs Rose Ministry to respond to unmerited 73 billion cities big push soul sourcing claim. So I don't know where the unmerited in quotes comes from. Anyway, and as GFA sacks Otuado. And Apostolic Church, Ghana bans kissing of bride during wedding. How unbelievable. Why? Hey, what is going to take a shine out of the whole thing? Anyway, so that's the kind of web. Metro TV Online this morning says, why Ochame Kwame must be celebrated at 50. He looks good at 50. Ochame, happy birthday. I still remember the Masanaba. Yes, back in the day, that's in the early 90s. Why? So the government declares April 3rd and 6th, 2026 as public holidays. There's Ghana not fully prepared for World Cup sports minutes, and I totally agree with you, we're not ready. Germany beat Ghana 2-1 in Stuttgart, and complainant turns suspect after alleged revenge attack. All right, so that's with MetroTVOnline.com. So please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'll let you in on my guest for the show today, so please don't go anywhere. In fact, they're already here.
Amen.
Start your kids' day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Have you attained 45 years and older? Notice blood in your stool, a family history of cancer? Then don't wait to have a colonoscopy. Early detection of cancer and effective treatment save lives.
There are weak points in the development and spread of cancers of the large bowel that we have control over to stop, to reduce the incidence and deaths from these cancers. Achieving this success depends on you and me. We are fully prepared. What about you?
Visit Mintuba Hospital and Coloproctology Center today or call us. Mintuba Hospital, First Ghana Colorectal Center, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy, specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties, choice of class.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit's toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel Kids, happy smile.
Hey, Unia, new release in Yana. Kaya gum.
A bitino was me new release. Me can no assess if it muhono. And na Tabotech Garages Limited. Aquafa besia mana aye nitia. Obiasa ya kamru no.
Accident car no na. Tabotech Garages Limited. Amana say jina ni naso sano.
Mesi wo. Womwa kofa broni fita engineer efra brochiraba. And wa check cars no. Na wahunu baby a fault to crow and ho spare parts so what this she. Afenesi road. And so ho charges kakra bio.
Tabotech Garages Limited.
Wo ye general servicing. Ebili engine overhauling, engine tuning, oven spraying, general electrical works, air condition installation work, BM, upholstery, gearbox, make a day.
Tabotech Garages Limited.
Apart from sir, car that wotimi ato, and now Toma wono, was sign importation of cars, and was spare parts, if la butreba, wokoto car mawa, free.
Ace, also what you call
Tabotech Garages Limited, La Pass Malam Road, after Bayard traffic light, wah. Bibiania for 0206 48 17 and 3 and 0542 96 11 11. Website tabotechghana.com.
Tabotech Garages Limited.
Hey, Kaya will be a benyani.
Tabotech Garages Limited.
Your car beauty and the power boosters.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson. Asamo.
Me didn't tontum. Mr. Friend, Kakali. Sasso, Mammy, no. Oh, Papa, no. And to friend, and to Mammy, and to Mammy, and to Papa.
Sasso, come tum preco.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy mouthful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, and a sansu mama hotter so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Looking for comfort, convenience, and class all in one place? Welcome to Stay Easy Apartments on Conference Center, where modern living meets exceptional service. Whether you're staying for business or leisure, Stay Easy offers you a home away from home. Spacious and well-furnished apartments, pool, gym, and everything you need to relax and feel at ease. Planning a meeting, workshop, or special event? Our event ground and state-of-the-art conference center is designed to host your events and bring your vision to life. From corporate gatherings to private functions, we provide the perfect space, supported by modern equipment and a professional team ready to assist you. At Stay Easy, your comfort and success are our priority. Book your stay or reserve your space today. Call us at 020-739-1473 or 0244-226367. Stay Easy Apartments and Conference Center. Stay easy with us.
Hey, Bunty, why you there? One lie, tell her today will give you my money.
Oh, my guy, what's up? Oba unze me din na dede bebe. Scano saying 500 cedis per. Ah.
I see. Level don't change. But to show me the way.
But there's some sorry Amanua. Talk to babe.
¿Quieres ganar dinero?
Huh?
Cash.
Yes, cash.
Let me show you the easy way to make money with One Shot. Visit the Wanna Own website at wannaown.us. Sign up with your phone number and get ready to play. Select games on the homepage and then select One Shot Game. Deposit to make an entry, then pick a number from 0 to 99. If your number comes up, you win a cool 500 cities.
Eh, so it'll be easy like that.
Just like that.
So I'll go fit buy my dream car.
Por supuesto. Just visit wannaown.us and win some cool cash prizes.
It's boom! Wanna own, you be too much.
Play responsibly. Gaming can be addictive. Accredited and endorsed by the Gaming Commission of Ghana.
When nations rise, it begins with bold conversations. When economies grow, it is driven by partnership. This April, Ghana's business and policy leaders converge at the Pro Business Forum 2026, the nation's premier platform for investment, enterprise, and economic transformation, with special guest of honor, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, joining captains of industry, financial institutions, investors, and entrepreneurs.
The Pro Business Forum is more than just an event. It is a call to action. And so let us work together to build a Ghana that is competitive, productive, and inclusive, and a Ghana that creates opportunities for all.
Come, let's engage in high-level dialogue, explore industry exhibitions, build powerful networks, and unlock real opportunities from finance and insurance to manufacturing, agribusiness, SMEs, and innovation. This is where it all happens. From the 3rd to the 5th of April 2026 at the Kwewu Convention Center in Praeso Hills. Go to www.kwewubusinessforum.com and register now. To register for exhibitions, call 059 555 5885 or 059 555 5995. Kwewu Business Forum. Connect, promote, grow.
Watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Aldumoro. My guest, in fact, one of them is here. Edem Agbana is his name. He's the Member of Parliament for the Ketu North constituency. He's a youth advocate as well. He loves the youth. He's always fighting for the youth. But the youth, or some youth, on social media, I don't know where they belong, whether they're NDC or MPP people, but it's saying that it appears that levels don't change. And that they are looking for jobs, but he is driving a G-Wagon. So he's chilling. He's seeing top, and they are not seeing top. But I watched him. I went out specifically to find out whether he's brought a G-Wagon. I noticed he's driving some ordinary rickety cars. I don't know which is which. And I'm good to see you. Good morning. How are you?
On this note, well, Moro, good morning to you.
Tell me what the G-Wagon do.
And let me say good morning to all our viewers, and especially to the good people of Ketu North.
Okay.
I always want to thank my people for the incredible support that I enjoy from them. Moro, G-Wagon.
Where is the G-Wagon?
So Moro, here's the story to the interesting story to the G-Wagon.
Okay.
On the 22nd of March, 2026, which is about a week ago, I held an award ceremony for beneficiaries of the Edem Agbana Scholarship Scheme, a scheme I introduced last year to provide financial support for needy tertiary students from my constituency. Last year, 421 people benefited. This year, 400 so far, and we are still adding more. So on that day, typically I invite my friends and people, well-wishers, and people who have the capacity to support, to donate towards the fund.
Right.
And so many of them arrived quite earlier. So we had the likes of A+, the Member of Parliament for Gomoa Central. We had the GJ President, who was our keynote speaker for the day, Kwabena Jumfo. I like to call him Asase because that's a nickname that we've shared for so long.
Okay.
We've had the likes of the DVLA boss, my very good friend Julius Nikwe Kote, and Joan Selassie here, the deputy CEO for NEIP, Eric Eje's deputy. So they all came here, so you can see some of them in their pictures. And so when they came, because we had many people in my house, we needed to carry some of the young guys who came to help. And so my car was full. And one of my friends who came, private businessman, somebody who has never even done government job before, and he tells me he's not interested in anything government business. Gilbert was there. He came, he also donated towards the fund. So his car was, there was space in his car, so I just decided to join him. But you know, bloggers were around, so when they saw me out of the G-Wagon, then all over social media, everybody said, I have bought a G-Wagon. It's a very beautiful car. Yes. If I have the means and I can afford it, I'm not too sure if it is a kind of car that can help in my work. I love the very robust cars for the Wranglers, and so I use my car that I'm using currently is the same car I used throughout the campaign. And so when you are driving my car in Ketuno,
you haven't changed?
I haven't changed my car. If you go to Ketuno, well, I am still in the process of acquiring it. It takes a long process. So MPs are giving car loans. Some of us are still in the process of acquiring the cars that we want. But if you drive my car, my F-150 in Ketuno, even kids as young as 2 years, the moment they see the car, they start shouting the Magbana, because everyone knows that that's my car. So that is it. I mean, you have known me for a while. It's a beautiful car, but it belongs to one of the sponsors of the scholarship, Gilbert, a private businessman, and I also know that he deals in cars as well. So that is the story behind the G-Wagon. But I was not too interested in clarifying whether or not it belonged to me, because at the point, some of the comments about the car, it was a bit funny to me and all of that. But Moro, as Member of Parliament, the enormity of the task and the number of things that I want to do, the number of projects, and the fact that my biggest challenge is financial resources, I do not think that even if I have the money, that my priority will be to buy that car for now. There are many things that I want to do. On Sunday, I met over 600 young people from my constituency who applied to join the security services. Some of them, I want to help them to set up because they were heartbroken when they were disqualified through the process. And so there are many things that are of priority to me. And obviously, buying a luxurious car is not one of them for now. But I think that people need to move beyond the headlines. And it was only after the incident I even realized that the gentleman, Gilbert, is quite popular on social media. His nick is SOG. I mean, he doesn't like having his name in conversations of this nature, but very private businessman who has never done a government job. The car belongs to him. He came with his friends. And the likes of Sika Official, the blogger, and many others. And so I want to use your platform to thank all those who have contributed towards the scholarship scheme. And if I have your permission, I can mention the likes of Obobia, who has paid for all the ladies, the 35 ladies in STEM.
Really?
We are paying 100% of their fees, and Obobia has taken that out of the 400, and that's very significant. Julius Nikwe Kote has supported us significantly. A+, my colleague Member of Parliament, supported significantly. As I say, Kwabena Jumfo, GJ President, your President, supported, and friends, and a few of my friends, Gilbert and co, all those who have supported us with the scholarship. We still need more support because after we started the process, many more needy students are applying, many more people are coming, some want laptops and other things. The scholarship has been a game changer because we are using that to empower the youth of Ketunov and ensuring that finance does not become an impediment in their way. So that's the story about the G-Wagon. But if anyone listening to us wants to dash me one,
no, but from what you've just seen,
my priority is not the car. But
if somebody wants to gift you a G-Wagon, I'm not sure if you want to drive it.
No.
Before the wrong impression is created.
No, I'm saying that it's not a priority. It's not a priority for me. But so
right.
just to state again, I do not own a G-Wagon.
So you don't own a G-Wagon?
I just entered a friend's car and that has become the news.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, someday. Someday.
Well, if priorities change, fine. But for now, it's not part of my priorities.
Anyway, so that's Eric Edem Agbana. Now, I'm sure that Edem, you are aware of the the latest development as far as Ghana football is concerned, and the fact that we have terminated a contract of our coach. In fact, I was told it was done in the wee hours of yesterday. Midnight, he was told that, look, we can't work with you anymore. And I wanted to talk to Michael Odro, who is a sports journalist, I say senior sports journalist here at Metro TV with the Ignite Media Group. I wanted to talk to him to ask him what he knows about the reasons why Otuado was sacked, what he's been picking up. So yes, Michael, good morning. Thank you very much for joining the show. How are you?
I'm well by grace. How about you, Moro?
I'm doing very well. I'm doing very, very well. I mean, the reaction has been mixed, right? Isn't it? I mean, there are some people who are saying that, well, the signs were clearly on the wall. There were some also felt that Otuado should have been given some more time. First of all, did you see this coming?
Well, many Ghanaians have called for the head of Otuado in the past, and I'm sure that the result of the international friendly against Austria on Friday was another reason for people to intensify those calls. But as to whether I expected the FA to take the decision at this point, no. I did not expect, and it was a big surprise. Even when I saw the headlines at around 2 a.m., I still didn't believe it. So I had to play some calls to the camp of the Black Stars, to some members of the management team and some journalists who had traveled with the team to cover the international friendlies to ascertain whether it was a true story or not. And they all confirmed the story that at around midnight, the officials of the Football Association and some members of the management committee had a meeting with Otuado and made it clear to him that at this point, he's failed to convince the team that he's got what it takes to help the team or lead the team realize its target of at least a semi-final berth at the World Cup. And they've lost that conviction. And on the basis of that, it was important to part ways with him and look for a new leader of the technical team to take charge of the Black Stars going into the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Did he deserve to be sacked?
Well, for the data, then the sacking is justified if you look at the data since his second coming as head coach of the Black Stars. But people who have spoken against his sacking will only raise issues of timing, that we have a little over 2 months, about 10 or 11 days over 2 months to the start of the FIFA World Cup. And so they have questioned the timing of the decision. They have asked why the FA has waited until now. Because you see, and yesterday on our editorial segment on Metro Sport, we mentioned that the posture of the FA has not been good enough as far as Otuado is concerned. Now, Otto, for me, we missed the opportunity to sack Otto. And I'm sure that at this point where we are sacking Otto, we're going to be paying huge compensations to him. I'm not sure how much though, but certainly because he's qualified the team for the World Cup. And in his contract, I'm not sure he stated that when he fails to win. In fact, the matches he's lost in recent times, for which reason we are sacking him or we have parted ways with him, are all international friendlies. But after failing to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations in 2024, where he failed to win a single game in the 6 qualifiers we played, people
Well, we're talking to Michael Kofiejo, who is a senior sports journalist here with the
were
Ignites
called
Media
for
Group.
the
Right.
FA to sack.
Oh, Michael, we apologize for that. We're having some
Qualified.
technical...
And this is where I have a problem.
Okay.
When he qualified, the sector minister, the Honorable Kofi E.D. Adams, who has over the period demonstrated. Yeah, Moro, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So I'm saying that on the back of our qualification for the FIFA World Cup 2026, the sector minister, the Honorable Kofi Adams, who has demonstrated he's demonstrated high levels of leadership, high levels of appreciation for sports development, the level of transparency he's brought, the credibility he's building around the ministry, and very sensitive to the cause and the plight of Ghanaians when it comes to major decision making. He thought that, yes, Otuado had qualified the Black Stars for the World Cup. The World Cup is a big business. The World Cup is a tougher competition, tougher than the qualifiers we had played. So it was important for all the major stakeholders, ministry and government at one side, the Football Association, which is entrusted with the management of the senior national team, the Black Stars on the other side. The playing body has its own leadership. The technical team had its leadership. So it was important for all the key actors to have a holistic review of our performance in the qualifiers, of previous performances, of the performance of Coach Otuado, and on the basis of the outcome of that review, take a decision whether Otuado was good enough to take us to the World Cup, or we needed a stronger hand, or we needed people who will come and offer support to Otuado. If we needed people who will come and offer support to Otuado, which areas are we looking at? All of these. Then soon after the minister, I had an exclusive interview with the minister, and he made all these statements. He had made this known to the Football Association. Soon after the minister made this statement, on the next day, the president of the Football Association was on a radio station saying that Otuado had qualified the team in grand style. I don't know how grand styled our qualification was. He said that Otuado was a Ghanaian and we needed to support him, and that the FA had a contract with Otuado. So Otuado is the one taking us to the World Cup. This was a day or two after the minister had called for a review, and then on the basis of that review, make the decision whether Otuado was staying or not. And then we had the FA president jump into his defense. Okay. I mean, and his statement conflicted the minister's position at the time. But for me, that was the best thing we could have done. If we reviewed Otuado's performance at the time, I'm sure we're still going to take the decision we have taken today to sack him. And the coach, whoever was good, because this was September of 2025, and that was about 9 clear months to the FIFA World Cup. Okay. So we would have had a coach after we have played 4 international friendlies. Right. And we would have had a coach who would use these friendlies to build his team. But the FA fielded Otuado. They did not allow for the minister's review to happen. And then today, look at where we are. And talking about whether the sacking is justified, I mentioned that the data clearly shows that Otuado has not performed and deserves to be sacked. If you look at the number of games he's played as Black Stars coaches, he's done 21 games since his return as head coach of the Black Stars. Out of the 21, he's won 7 of the games, drawing 5 and losing 7. He scored 35 goals and conceded 28. Now, he's a coach who has lost more matches than he has won. He has lost more matches than he has. Now, his win rate is 33%. 1/3. His win rate is 33%. And his losing rate is 42%. He has kept only 6 clean sheets in the 21 matches played. So clearly, this is not a coach. I mean, if Austria is beating you by 5-1, you are losing to Japan, you are losing to Korea, you are losing to Germany. Since we qualified for the FIFA World Cup on 12th of September, we have played 4 matches. We have lost all the 4 games. This does not look at. And more, you see, what hurts me is that we are in a time where the government is doing so. Look at in these times of financial constraints, where some sectors have even complained of not receiving 1 CD from their budget allocation. The first quarter is ending today. The president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has made available 150 million Ghana cedis, in excess of $13 million if you do the conversion.
Okay.
For the Black Stars preparation for the FIFA World Cup.
Right.
The president himself, together with the sector minister, the finance minister and his deputy, the Honorable Thomas Nyako Ampem, Honorable Kofi D. Adat, leading the charge to, as it were, raise enough funds.
Okay.
To support the team, to support Ghanaians to go and support the team during the FIFA World Cup. Look at the donations that are coming in.
Okay.
And if the team, puts up this kind of lackadaisical attitude, terrible performance, the performance is not inspiring, it is not motivating, it doesn't give hope for the future. But you see, again, Moro, I think that it goes beyond the coach.
Okay.
And the issue is whether we can even trust the Football Association to appoint a competent coach for us, because over the period, this kind of Football Association has shown, they've shown beyond reasonable doubt that given the opportunity, they cannot appoint a competent coach for us. And this is where we need the sector minister. The government is the paymaster, so we cannot leave the decisions solely in the hands of the Football Association. Why am I saying that? Now, when Keto Kreku took over as president of the Football Association, the coach of the national team was Kwesi Appiah. In his first AFCON, Kwesi Appiah took us to the round of 16 stage of the Africa Cup of Nations. Yet we thought Kwesi Appiah was not good enough and sacked him. Ever since, no coach has been able to take us to the round of 16 stage. In the 2 AFCONs we played after, under the president Keto Kreku, the team failed to come out of the group stage. We exited at the group stage level. In the last AFCON, we did not qualify at all. Now, after Kwesi Appiah, CK Akono was appointed. He lasted for a little over a year. He was appointed in 2020. In 2021, CK Akono was sacked, meaning that he did not do well. He was not convincing. After 1 year, he was sacked. Then we brought back Milovan Rajvat, who was giving us our best ever performance at the World Cup in 2010, when he led the team to, and even at the Africa Cup of Nations, one of the best in recent times. In 2010, he took us to the final of the AFCON. We lost to Egypt by a lone goal. And then he took us to the World Cup in South Africa, where we made the quarterfinal and almost became the first African country to make the semi-final, but for that Luis Suarez handball situation and the penalty miss by Samoa Jan. Now, Milovan Rajvat also came in 2021. By 2022, he was gone. He went to the AFCON, could not come out of the group stage. And then after we brought Otuado, who qualified us for the World Cup. He played just 2 games in the qualifiers and sent us to the World Cup. At the World Cup, we won just 1 game. We lost 2 and couldn't go beyond the group stage. He left, and then we brought Chris Hughton. Chris Hughton stayed between 2023 and 2025. We all know the performance at the Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, Africa Cup of Nations, where again we failed to come out of the group stage. Then we brought back Otuado. Otuado failed to qualify us for the AFCON. He's qualified us for the World Cup, but on the back of it, he's played 4 games and has lost 4 games. So the FA has a record of appointing terrible coaches for us. None of these coaches will you rate even at 50%. The last one we're talking about, Otuado, has a win rate of 33%. So if we leave this decision solely in the hands of the Football Association, Moro, I've given you the how many coaches? 1, 2, 3, 4. If Otuado again, 5. 4 coaches, but 5 times the FA has appointed coaches. None of them has stayed up to 2 years. None of them has performed to the expectation of Ghanaians. None of them has a win rate of up to even 60%. Okay. None of these coaches.
All right.
Moro, if you have a manager who is making these decisions, will you still, and if you are running your private company, and you have a manager who has a finance or marketing manager, consistently they come and they fail, will you still leave the decision in the hands of that manager?
I get the point you're making. Michael,
that is it. So.
Yeah. So Michael, I get the point you're making, and I can understand the passion with which you're speaking about it, because you're not just speaking as
it hurts.
Yes, as a sports journalist, you're speaking as a Ghanaian. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
We have to make progress. We have to move on.
Yeah.
Would have enough time to talk about what hasn't gone rightly in the past. Of course, more specifically, how we even appoint these coaches. It's a whole conversation we've got to have, and why we keep getting it wrong. Now, but we have to get it right this time around, because as you said, we have less than 100 days to the world, for the football mundial. We have to get a coach. At the moment, we don't have a coach. And as you rightly mentioned, that this scenario that we find ourselves raises serious questions about stability, planning, and so on and so forth. And even our competitive readiness, right? So we have to take a decision. Now, I have seen some names coming up already, which is quite typical of us. I mean, what typical when there's a vacancy. What names have you picked up so far, and who do you think currently will be the best man for the job? Just do this for me briefly. Hello, Michael, can you hear me? Hello, Michael? Okay, looks like I've lost Michael. So we'll probably come back in-house and have a quick conversation on the back of what has happened. So Otuado has been sacked. It's as simple as that, because he hasn't performed. I was one of those who was raising serious concerns about his comeback in the first place, because I didn't think that he deserved to be recalled. But at the time, the FA made a case for his comeback, and it appears that those of us who had serious reservations and serious misgivings about his coming back appears to have been vindicated. So wherever the big stone is, the GFA headed by, Keto Kreku should come and give the stone to us, as we say it in our local parlance. The guy, he's not ready. Otuado never been ready to coach the Black Stars. He should be coaching Accra Hearts of Oak, maybe Bando Hearts of Lions, stuff like that. But he must start from there, or just get some coach team and start training them, because he's good at scouting for talent, even though I've not seen that in the teams that he selected yesterday when we came up against Germany. In Stuttgart, I'm looking at the talents, I'm like, wow. So even when it comes to scouting for talents, there's a problem there. So I don't know what exactly was his strength. I mean, when he was working with Borussia Dortmund, what exactly was he doing? And why have they kept him there for so many years? Well, you can't scout good talent, you can't play well, organizationally we are poor. I don't know whether we're an attacking side, whether we're a defensive side. What are we? The Black Stars have lost everything, It's just something was just fundamental. We can't even string passes. We play 1-2, we're dispossessed. We play 1-2, we're dispossessed. I mean, the midfield was weak. Just these things were just not adding up. Like, what is the Black Stars? We're going to World Cup. How? Anyway, so good riddance. Good riddance. It's gone. Bye-bye. He should go back to the coaching school. Yeah, he needs to go back to coaching school and learn the fundamentals of coaching, and then start with Edem Agbane's team. Edem would probably give him an opportunity to coach his coach team, and then he can take it from there. Edem, would you want to employ him? You have a coach team, don't you?
Yes, I have. My team currently, Nukunu qualified for the sub-middle league.
Hey, you're telling me you have a better coach? Yes. Hey, Eric.
My coach is doing well. But on the issue of Otuado, I do not think that beyond his sacking, he deserves the kind of condemnation and the commentary that we have heard so far. And that's why I disagree with Michael and also with you. I have so much respect for Otuado. I may disagree with his style of coaching, his style of play, and the fact that I don't think that the Black Stars have done so well under him. But for the mere fact that we've qualified for the World Cup, even though he was not in charge of all the games and all of that, I think that, yes, we should wish him well. He's a Ghanaian. He's gone. We wish him well in his future coaching endeavor. But I disagree with Michael on the point that the FA cannot be trusted to make a good replacement. These issues, when we are discussing, I'm a football person. We often want to link it to the GFA leadership. I don't think that the FA is the problem with regards to the coaching issues. because Kurt, for example, as an individual, does not determine who becomes the coach of the Black Stars. A committee is set up, a search committee. Processes are gone through, applications or a number of people are well interviewed or looked at, and then they zoom in on 1 or 2 coaches, and later a decision is made. The FA, as we have it, is the governing body of football. And so they are the ones that have the mandate to lead that process. And so they will continue to lead it. I think that we are going to the World Cup. I would want to plead with the people of Ghana that with a few months ahead of us to the World Cup, the FA, the players, the technical team, they will need some sound mind and support from us to be able to deliver. This is not the time for us to be questioning leadership because we can't do anything about it before the World Cup.
Right.
At the right time, there's a Congress. If you think that somebody must be voted out or somebody does not deserve to occupy a place at the FA, that's a different conversation. But for now, we must give Kurt and his team all the support that they deserve because we want to go and do well in the World Cup. We are not going there as spectators.
Right.
We are going there as a country with a rich history in football.
Right.
Look, for so long, despite all the great talents we have produced as a country, until 2006, Ghana never qualified for the World Cup. And since we qualified, we started qualifying, we have been putting out some good performance. 2006 wasn't bad. 2010 we did well, but for that penalty miss would have been to the quarterfinals.
Right.
Beyond that, so I believe that the GFA needs the support. The sports ministry needs the support all the support that we can give them so that Ghana will perform. I have no doubt at all that for a country that has qualified for the World Cup, we are capable of getting a good coach to lead the team into the World Cup. We are capable because they are just as players who wish to play on the world's biggest football stage, which is the World Cup. Many coaches also want that opportunity. So there are some very good coaches, very experienced coaches who could not qualify with their countries. Some are without a job currently. Many of them would want to play at the World Cup. And so I think that it will not be a difficult task at all for us to get a good replacement for the coach.
Okay.
However, I have observed something that I believe is one of our problems as a country when it comes to the national team.
Okay.
Take a look at the German team that we played with yesterday. Take a look at the German team 3 years ago. How many new additions, how many new players are introduced? But today we have a country that, as we are here, one sports journalist will come and post that a Ghanaian player has scored a beautiful header in the Serbian league, and the next minute there's pressure on FA to invite that player. Consistently, you and I, even as a keen football fan, I have followed the Black Stars consistently. But if you ask me to mention the player, if I can, whether or not I can predict the first 11 of the Black Stars, I can't. But even for other national teams, and even the Spanish team, I can, from goalkeeper to the 11th player, mention their names because a certain level of consistency. But we have a country that almost every new call-up comes with new players being introduced.
Right.
So every time the players are finding it difficult to gel. They are finding it difficult to gel, and it doesn't work like that. So I think that beyond sacking of the coach, we must also have some consistency with player selections. Number two, why do we as a country, why would you go and select a player who sits on a bench in Europe when there are players who are playing active football here in our local league? Because we assume that a player who sits on the bench in Europe, sometimes even they are playing second division teams in Europe. But because they play in Europe, we assume that naturally they are better than we saying that all the exceptional talent that we have here locally, we cannot find any of them to consistently play some of the positions. And so every time new players are being introduced, and some of the players, when you go and check their stats, It is nothing good to write home about, but simply because they are playing in Europe, everybody believes that. I think that we must begin looking at some of the good talents that we have here locally.
Right.
I believe Black Stars will do well at the World Cup. We have always been a tournament team, and the spirit of the nation will support them. The coach has been sacked. Let's cease conversations about it. Let's focus on getting a good replacement. Beyond the replacement, all of us should support this team. I believe that if there is any African team, if there is any African country that can go as far as winning the World Cup, it will certainly be Ghana. I'm fully behind the team. I wish them well. I wish Kurt and his team well. I wish the sports minister and his team well. And I believe moving into the 2026 World Cup, Ghana will do well. Ghanaians should not lose hope. It always happens that sometimes pre-tournament, we've lost friendly matches. Before 2010, we lost to Netherlands 4-1. And people lost hope. They didn't, hey, how are we going to perform? But when we went to the South Africa 2010, we did very well. So, yes, we've lost 2 games. Germany is a very good team, experienced team. Look at the kind of players that we played against yesterday. But the team maintained good composure. But for the late winner, it would have been a 1-all game. But let's not always focus on the negatives. There are many positives to this team. I believe Ghana will do well at the World Cup.
The Ghana Football Association this time around must give us a good coach.
I believe that they will get us a good coach.
Yes, they should give us a good coach.
I believe they will get us a good coach.
So far, they've not impressed. I mean, look, Chris Hutton, he just came to speak English. He did nothing. Milovan Rajovac, by the time he came back, he was done and dusted. He's lost all his coaching skills and knowledge and everything. He was just coming to take per diem and to take retirement money. Kwesi Appiah wasn't bad.
You see, he's performing with
he's doing very well with Sudan. I still think that Kwesi Appiah should have been given some more time. My difficulty with Kwesi Appiah was that he didn't come across as somebody who was a confident coach. That was the only problem.
Go read his book.
But I think that technically, technically his sound.
He has a book. Yes.
Really?
He has a book. I think the title is Leaders Don't Yell or something like that. Very good book.
Oh, so that's why he assumes that posture when he's coaching.
Leaders don't. I think that Kwesi Appiah is not a bad coach at all, but
he's not.
A country with over 33 million coaches.
I don't think it will be a bad. I don't think it will be a bad idea for us to go back for him.
To bring him back?
To bring him back.
Well, I don't know, but the way the South Sudanese are treating him well, that even he has to decide what he
he's the best thing that's ever happened to them.
I don't know if you'd want to leave that for Ghana.
Let me take a short break, but let me also say to you that our colleague from the other side, Adam is NDC, our colleague from the other side, the MPP rep, is with us here in the studio. He's a first timer on the show, I believe. But believe you me, you would like him. I'll tell you who he is. So don't go anywhere, please.
Well done. But when you come here, we're going to kidnap you. We're not going to allow you to go back to Dortmund. So be very careful when you're entering. You might not be able to leave Ghana again. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's the best possible birthday present I could have had. Is the news of your qualification for the World Cup. It's excellent. The whole country is I don't think people are going to sleep tonight. We're all so happy. So congratulations to you. congratulations to all the boys, the captain, Pate, and all of them. That really, and I'm hoping that I'll see you tomorrow when you come in. All right, sir. Take care.
Finding the ideal property shouldn't be a daunting task. At MNC Properties, we believe everyone deserves a place to call home. That's why we specialize in providing affordable housing options under our flagship project, Fresh Property Joy. Specifically designed for low and medium income earners. Our range of customizable homes includes 2 and 3 bedroom standard and executive options, all meticulously crafted using innovative interlocking brick technology. We understand the importance of simplicity and convenience in the acquisition process. That's why we have designed our procedures to be straightforward and hassle-free, offering flexible payment options tailored to your individual needs. In addition to our affordable homes, we proudly offer litigation-free lands for sale in vibrant and upscale communities that present the perfect opportunity to build your dream home. We are committed to making affordable housing a reality, providing you with the joy of owning a home that meets your budgets and aspirations. Whether you're looking to buy, rent, or invest, we've got you covered. Our service team is ready to assist you on 030-255-1917. MNC Properties, choice of class.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit, happy smile.
Hey buddy, it's me Azar.
Yeah, me now they see. Hey, you don't look fresh. Oh.
Hey.
With your label today.
Wait till you see what's inside me.
Azar, freshly made inside and out for greater coverage and colors that last longer and beautify your walls, spaces and places. Azar, no size. Go ahead. Buy now. Azar, #1 from Azar Group since 1921.
Wabedum Tamaso. Hey, J. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwema besisia. Abozege. Akache say no ya konati and the more drink woman. Hey. But I tell me. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji, Dabio, baby womb. Everything. Hey, baby womb. Ah, Eji. I'll cause some discomfort. Ah. Sorry, well, uncle, where would I die? Why your funeral?
Say a pessary insecticide GB at a user. Co pharmacy na shop biamu. Na mum say a pharmacy supermarket and a shop ra. Na repedudu to a cotonwa. On for Royal Dutch and our Aerofield Trading. Efi spray with daimwa. Chansima a dronu. Ansana a radine. Inkratui FDA ajatum.
Jesus Christ loves you, and greater love hath no man. Because of his love, he opens the way. He opens eyes, ears, and minds. Open your heart and experience General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and feel his love. Greater love.
Bunty, why you there? One lie, tell her today will give me my money. Oh, my guy, what's up? Oba unze me din na dede baby. Scan on ASA. 500 cedis per. Ah.
I see. Level don't change. But to show me the way.
But there's some sorry, Amanua. Talk to babe.
¿Quieres ganar dinero?
Huh?
Cash.
Yes, cash.
Let me show you the easy way to make money with one shot. Visit the Wanna Own website at wannaown.us. Sign up with your phone number and get ready to play. Select games on the homepage and then select one shot game. Deposit to make an entry, then pick a number from 0 to 99. If your number comes up, you win a cool 500 cedis.
So it'll be easy like that.
Just like that.
So I'll go buy my dream car.
Por supuesto. Just visit wannaown.us and win some cool cash prizes.
It's Bemi. I'm boom. Wanna own. You be too much.
Play responsibly. Gaming can be addictive. Accredited and endorsed by the Gaming Commission of Ghana.
When nations rise, it begins with bold conversations. When economies grow, it is driven by partnership. This April, Ghana's business and policy leaders converge at the Pro-Business Forum 2026, the nation's premier platform for investment, enterprise, and economic transformation, with special guest of honor, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, joining captains of industry, financial institutions, investors, and entrepreneurs.
The Pro-Business Forum is more than just an event. It is a call to action. And so let us work together to build a Ghana that is competitive, productive, and inclusive, and a Ghana that creates opportunities for all.
Come, let's engage in high-level dialogue, explore industry exhibitions, build powerful networks, and unlock real opportunities from finance and insurance to manufacturing, agribusiness, SMEs, and innovation. This is where it all happens. From the 3rd to the 5th of April 2026 at the Kwewu Convention Center in Praeso Hills. Go to www.kwewubusinessforum.com and register now. To register for exhibitions, call 059 555 5885 or 059 555 5995. Kwewu Business Forum. Connect, promote, grow.
Initially, the party people prevented him, and subsequently, the supplier owned his agent, so they didn't give him access to continue the transportation.
When was this? When was this done?
That is after the election.
After the election?
Yeah, we have to get the military to even intervene, but still.
Then this claim about they not distributing and all of that is non-existent.
Mr. Minister, respectfully, The person who made the claim is here. She should be able to expatiate. Tell us, which party people, what activities did they engage in?
Honorable Adam, I think that the beginning of this conversation, we were talking about the parties involved. And so in her submission, she just said some party people took over the warehouse, not necessarily political party people taking over the warehouse.
Mr. Chairman, this...
Are you trying to tell me that I'm not doing my job well?
If we are talking about rice, distribution of rice, warehouse, contract, and somebody says a party, the person never said a political party. A party to this one could be a party or the person who even brought in the rice. It could be the distributor. It could be, so please, the person, the woman was very, very clear.
What your deputy ranking has said. The answer is contradictory to what the deputy rank.
Respectfully, young man, Honorable MP, please, your chairman has spoken. I think we should end it. You are not more party-like than your chairman who is here taking over the affairs of what we are doing. Respectfully.
Madam Chair, respectfully, I take strong exception to that statement.
Respectfully.
I asked the question because this is a committee of Parliament. Parliament is a house of records.
Take over and do what is expected. Please.
Okay, quiet. I'm in charge here. Quiet. Why can't you guys show a little bit of respect to me? What do you mean?
No, they didn't take it, but they prevented it from access. The rice is there.
The rice is there?
Yes.
They prevented you at that time to go and access the rice?
Yes.
Can you have access to it now?
No.
Why not?
The agent is still not giving us access.
Your issue was with the supplier.
Yes.
The supplier took the rice somewhere. And the warehouse people are not giving you access to it because they have an issue with the supplier.
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Well, you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. Now, there's a reason why we played you the video we just played you, and the reason is simple. The man who yesterday was a Public Accounts Committee session. There's a little, you can call him it a little misunderstanding between him and the, I believe is the chair and the vice chair of the committee. Now, those of you who are in your 6s and 7s are not sure exactly what happened. The man himself here, he would explain exactly what happened at yesterday's sitting, and so that he can put things in his proper perspective. But before he does that, let me say that one of us, when I say one of us, because without our guest, we don't have a show. A man who is making his first or maiden appearance on the show this morning, but I've heard quite a lot about him in terms of what he's done for his party and his whole attitude towards work. The fact that he's a passionate, committed, and a very determined young man. He has joined us this morning on the show. He's called Kwame Prempe. Now, he's a technology and procurement professional with knowledge and experience in procurement, supply chain, business process organization, and project management. My understanding is that he easily adapts to new environments and situations and has the ability to rapidly comprehend business processes and the tools needed to enhance them. Now, this strengthens his ability to see problems from a business, functional, and technical perspective. So you can call him a technocrat. Yeah, you can. And you wouldn't be wrong. Or you wouldn't be at fault for describing him as such. But my understanding also is that he's eyeing a certain political position, a political post. We'll find out whether it's just an empty rumor.
Yeah, I heard it. I will tell you.
Or there's something inside.
Yeah, I heard it. Should I tell you?
You want to confirm?
Yeah, I heard it.
You want to confirm?
He's here. He can't
You heard it from where?
He can't deny.
Come in.
I have good friends.
What's up, bro?
Oh well.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me also say that he's also a former deputy, boss at the Public Procurement Authority, and so he comes with all these, he's wearing quite a number of hats, which is great. Kwame, good to see you once again.
Good to see you, Moro.
How are you?
All these accolades that you are throwing me this morning.
You see, you deserve it. In fact, this is not my creation. This one are public knowledge.
Okay.
I'm only sharing what is out there.
Wonderful.
With a section of our audience. But good to see you. And it's your first time here.
No, yes, it's my first time on Good Morning, but I'm not new to Metro.
You've been on some other shows.
Other shows, but it's my first time.
Okay. How's the feeling?
Oh, I think it's good. Good. I mean, I watch it a lot of times. So I think it feels good to be here.
Thank you very much.
First of many to come.
You see, first of many to come. The first of many to come, and we're more than happy to have you join us as often as you can. But before I bring in them, we just played a video, and I wanted them to sort of set the record straight as far as this matter is concerned. But we're talking Black Stars. I mean, Coach Otuado has been given a sack. I don't know whether you have any brief thoughts to share, whether you actually saw it coming or you thought you should have given some time.
Yes, so Muro, thank you. Let me say good morning to the viewers, and to all the listeners as well. On this Black Star issue, and also let me apologize for being late. In rushing to get here, I got into a very tiny accident which delayed me even more.
No problem. Just go and say no more.
So I think, I'm not surprised he's being sacked, but the timing is what is worrying. I mean, it should have been done long ago, but you wait till now. I mean, that is where I find it troubling, because we have now a very short window to find new people. And when the interesting thing about this is when a coach is sacked, it's not only him that leaves. Most of the time, he leaves with the entire technical team.
True.
Because the new person would also want to bring, his new technical team.
Yeah.
So it's not just the person Otuado, but the entire technical team has now been moved. Now we are going to bring in a new team, who might have their different philosophy, different ideas, about coaching and about football.
Yeah.
And I think the time is too short for them to instill their philosophy into the players.
Right.
And that is where my concern is. But as for his performance, I think we all know, all Ghanaians know that he has been, not performing up to expectation. But why now? Why not earlier? That is where I think many of us are asking questions.
But
why now?
we had to cut our losses because there's going to be more losses ahead. We had to cut it at some point.
You can look at it that way.
Yes.
But in all honesty, the game yesterday was not that bad in terms of performance. Though we lost, but there was an improvement if you compare to the
Austria game.
The Austria game. So if you look at it that way, then you could see that there's some improvement within the gameplay. So that's why I think why now?
Well, that improvement is absolutely not good enough for the World Cup. Even with the improvements we saw yesterday, I mean, Kwame, we can't take this to the World Cup. Otherwise, we'll become a butt of all jokes. I mean, we'll be embarrassed with this performance now. Of course, there's some who feel that when it gets to the world stage, the psyche of the players and everything changes. But that's like counting on luck.
I remember before 2010 when we lost to the Netherlands. I was at that game actually.
Yeah. Oh, you were there?
Yes, I was there. Yeah, the one we lost to the Netherlands, and it looked like we are not going to do anything.
That's in South Africa, isn't it? Was it South Africa or was it in Brazil?
Where?
2010.
2010 was South Africa.
Oh, South Africa.
Brazil was 2014.
Yes, 2014. Yes.
So yes, I mean I understand what some other people are saying that we don't usually perform well in friendlies up to the tournament, but when it gets to the tournament, our players show up, and that is where the ideology and philosophy of the technical team comes in, because if it changes this short time, they need time to adjust to.
I agree with you.
How many friendlies do we have before the World Cup?
We have two more. We have Wales coming up, and then we have Mexico coming up. But we play Mexico first before Wales.
So whoever they bring in have to act very fast.
Yeah, but that's coming up in May.
Yeah.
He has less than 2 months to put all of this together before we. Because 21st of May is when we're playing Mexico.
Yeah, but you see, the game is in May.
Yes.
But when will the new coach get the team together?
It's a legitimate concern. It's a legitimate concern. But if you get a good coach, look, we saw what Thomas Tuchel did when he took up Chelsea. He's assumed his role as Chelsea. He had just I mean, as soon as he came, he hit the ground running, and Chelsea was doing
Chelsea is a different team. You know, Chelsea, the 2 times that they've won the Champions League, they sacked the coach and some new coach came in, and then nobody expected them to win. So I think it's a different thing. It's a different thing altogether. And if you've seen the 2 times they won the Champions League, it's the same thing. They sacked the coach, and the funny thing is, after winning the Champions League, the first 6 months, that same coach will not perform. And then they will get to sack the player.
Anyway,
so it's strange.
Okay. So I want us to come back to this. So Adam, this video it's been trending the whole of yesterday. I've been actually wanting to reach out to find out what exactly happened. I mean, I saw Abuna Sari's outburst, and I wonder what was it that you did that could have triggered that kind of outburst? Because you're typically not, like we say, you're a cool guy.
Well, so what happened? Permit me to spend the first 2 minutes of my time to talk about something I consider very, very important. I think that when we have the opportunity to appear on a big platform like yours, it must not only be dedicated to discussing the issues that appears on the front pages. We need to sometimes get into the newspapers and also get into some of the institutions.
Right.
I have followed a very interesting story about NIB, the National Investment Bank.
Right.
And I want to make some comments about it. I want to commend the leadership of NIB, the MD, Dr. Dolira, Dr. Zakaria, and his deputy. Why do I have to commend them? Moro, I was reading the reports about, they published their balance sheet. And before 2024, I recall even on this platform, among the many institutions that we spoke about as having collapsed, NIB was one. At a point, we even heard reports that they wanted to sell it off simply because it was no more profitable. Now, look at the transformation that Dolira Zakaria and Thomas Emisa, his deputy, have introduced. The reset agenda has really reached NIB, and in less than 2 years, we have seen some transformation that they must be commended. Usually, because they are not politicians, they find it difficult to have their stories into the media. But when I saw it in the papers, I thought it was worth mentioning on your platform.
Right.
Moro, in 2024, the NIB profit after tax was only 2.8 million Ghana cedis. 2.8 million Ghana cedis. I mean, there are many rural banks and even Susu groups that may have had a higher balance than NIB in 2024. 2.8 million Ghana cedis. But surprisingly, in less than 2 years, we have profit after tax rising to 343.9 million, almost 344 million.
Where's the source of this? Where's the source of this?
This is their published balance sheet. Yes, audited account, published.
All right.
You know, I bank with NIB, and so I know.
Client.
Yes, yes, I'm a client, and so I do follow the performance of the bank.
Right. And
to have profits after tax jumping by 12,280% is significant, and this is the audited account that has been published. And I think that we need to commend the leadership of NIB, the management, the board, for the work that they are doing. One of my colleagues in Parliament, in fact, I share office with him in Parliament, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Infantiman, Dr. Ahim.
Right.
He's a member of the board.
Okay.
So once in a while, we've had some conversations about the kind of leadership and transformation taking place at the place. And I am impressed with what Dr. Zakaria and my good friend Emisa have achieved over the past 1 year. And I want to encourage you as a media house to get them to the studio, and then let's highlight the positives.
Right.
Recall, last year I told you that some of us who appear to speak for the NDC as a political party and who appear to speak for the government, appointees who are doing well will be minded to commend them. And those who are failing in the reset agenda as well, we will condemn them. And we'll do so because when we were campaigning, we went to the people of Ghana with a message. And it's always important for us to remember that it is because of the trust they had for President Mahama. That is why they voted for him. And so if the president is performing, the president has entrusted you with an opportunity to lead any of the state institutions, and your leadership does not exude the kind of character, the leadership that the president himself has, it is our duty to call you out. Because previously, when the NPP kept messing up and they had no voice internally to bring them back on track, when they lost, they all lost together and they started speaking out. People started saying, we used to complain about this, we used to complain about this. We will not wait to all get into the ditch before we come out to complain. So as we condemn those who are not doing well, it's also important that we find the stories that are worth celebrating. I think that NIB deserves all the accolades. They must be commended. I want to commend the management, especially Dr. Dolira Zakaria and my friend Emisa, who is doing a great job at NIB. And also to say that beyond the transformation and having this huge increment in profit after tax and increasing the asset of NIB, now they have asset worth 12 billion plus.
Wow.
What we must be interested in is how do we expand the operations of the company for two reasons. To ensure that the services of NIB will be taken to almost every corner of this country, so that, you know, apart from creating jobs, you can also do better in terms of the assets and even the profit. So I want to commend them once again and thank them for the good work that they are doing. And also to put the others on alert that if you do well, we will commend you. This has been published in the papers and it caught my attention because that is my bank. So I needed to know how my bank is performing. And I'm very impressed with the kind of leadership that they are providing at NIB. Moving on to issues of Public Accounts Committee.
Now, before you talk about the Public Accounts Committee, so whilst you were talking, I had to do what any responsible journalist would do. So I even checked some of the information you're sharing.
Yes.
And I went to the BNFT website, and I've seen the same story there, and which is to confirm exactly what. Of course, we all know Business and Financial Times is a reputable, is a credible newspaper. So I had to go to their online portal, and I've seen this there. So again, well, I'm not surprised. I'm also a client of NIB, and so I must take personal interest in what happens there. Now, you talked about the fact that the sharp rebound, it's almost like a miracle, isn't it?
Yes,
almost like a miracle.
It is, because at the point, this is a bank that almost became
now this rebound,
insolvent.
This rebound that you're talking about has come at a time when the story says concerns had mounted over the bank's survival. But then we're told management is attributing the recovery to renewed operational discipline, strengthening governance, and a deliberate strategy to rebuild the bank's core business. And we're told the turnaround has been driven primarily by strong revenue growth. Operating income surged by 134%, which is to 885.5 million in 2025. So it was 134. Sorry, it was 378, and it's now moved to 885. Now, we're told net interest income more than tripled to 6,331 million, reflecting improved asset yields and a significant expansion in lending activities. We're told non-interest income also provided support with gains in trading and other operating lines, highlighting a more diversified revenue base. The improved performance was achieved alongside increased investment in human capital, with personnel costs rising by 66%, an indication of renewed staff motivation and capacity building. Now, at an operating level, the bank reversed a loss of 5.6 million cedis in 2024 to post a profit of 275.4 million cedis in 2025. Profit before tax rose sharply to 382.1 million, underscoring the strength of the recovery. Now, the earnings were further boosted by a significant increase in income from our associates, which climbed to 106.7 million cedis from 8.7 million cedis a year earlier. Look at the jump, quantum leap. Now, operational efficiency, we're told, has also improved considerably. So the bank's cost-to-income ratio declined to about 64%, down from over 100% in 2024. Although operating expenses rose in line with business expansion and prevailing economic conditions, revenue growth outpaced costs, resulting in stronger margins. The balance sheet expansion reflects renewed confidence in the bank. Total liabilities increased to 10.5 billion from 6.7 billion, driven largely by growth in customer deposits. So I can go on and on and on. Now, the managing director, you mentioned his name, is called Dolura Zakaria,
Dr. Zakaria.
Supported by his deputy, managing director Thomas Hughes, Emisa. And we're told the board chairman is Frank Edu himself, Frank Edu Jr., within a broader economic policy environment shaped by the Finance Minister Council falling under the administration of President John Dramani Mahama. We're told that they intend to strengthen core banking operations, tighten straight risk management, and leveraging strategic investment to deliver long-term value. So congratulations. Of course, it's in line with the ethos of this show, which is the Good Morning Ghana platform. We always want to highlight and project and commend persons who are doing well, especially when it comes to managing state institutions. And those who are also not doing well, we like to call you out. Because for me, regardless of which political party, if these institutions do well, we all benefit. As for me, in my case, even direct, because I'm a client there, if the bank doesn't also do well, we get affected because it's a Ghana property. That's the bottom line. And so at some point, again, those appointees who are not doing well will come here and talk about you as well. It doesn't matter which party is in power. You're doing well with all. I mean, I recall back in the day, Randy used to bring up some of these institutions were doing well, even under the MPP administration, and so we're just being consistent. So what Adam has done, my production team and I were actually thinking of doing the same, but it looks like he's taking the wind out of us. So that's fine.
I think that is an exciting.
That's fine.
This is good.
Yeah,
I think. Good. I mean, it's good that Adam is bringing this up. But strangely, I think it's his friend. That is why he's doing this.
I mean, I have. So let me say, a lot of appointees
come on. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you have to.
But a lot of appointees.
You also have to project your friends. I mean, that's fine.
But it is based on performance.
That is fine.
Like I said, and let me also be quick to add. Let me be quick to add
that
with regards to NIB, because before I move to my part, I will get to you. The finance minister also announced to Parliament that NIB is now fully capitalized.
Okay.
And so now they have met their minimum capital requirements. Now the issues surrounding some of their workers who feared losing their jobs, all those issues are over.
Because
what it means
they can
is
afford
that
to pay them.
Now they can afford to pay, because don't forget, in 2024 they were actually on the verge of losing some of their workers. They actually made some offers to them. I have friends who work within that bank. So it is only proper that with this sharp turnaround, we celebrate them and encourage them to employ more people, expand. So we create jobs, sustainable jobs for young people of this country. Now, Moro, moving to the PAC question.
Let me say one thing.
Or you want us to stay on?
Just one thing.
I'm actually getting you go ahead.
Okay, so just one thing before we go to the topic of today. It's good. I think they've done well, but let's not forget the cost to the Ghanaian people as well.
Right.
There's a recapitalization. I think about 2.4 million.
Right.
It was 450 million. Cash that was given to them. 1.4 million in the form of government bonds. And then transfer of interest in Nestle to them as well. So it didn't happen in a vacuum. It's not that all of a sudden the management of the bank did some magic and it happened. There was a recapitalization which is costing us, some money. Yeah, but of course, fair to them, they've received it if they've done something with it. But let's not tell the story, making it seem that some magic, has happened.
No, but that is magic. It's leadership.
But
even for you to attract, the recapitalization from. No, but. I mean,
I just want us to put it in the broader.
I understand you, but I'm saying that the MPP had the opportunity to also do same. If you knew that was the way
we did a total cleanup of the banking sector.
I didn't want us to. I didn't want us to
clean up of the banking sector.
But I didn't want us to politicize this. But
I'm not politicizing. But I'm just bringing the whole story.
Great, but I'm also telling you that again, I can say on authority that it is because of the kind of leadership, stellar leadership being provided by the MD.
Right,
Dr.
Don't get me wrong.
That for me.
I'm not downplaying the amount of work that they've done. What I say, let's bring the whole thing into perspective. Let's tell the whole story.
He has done a great job.
Let's tell the whole story.
He has done a great job.
Let's tell the whole story. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Right.
So if I can move to my back money.
Before you come in, just a quick one. This conversation we have just broached has also then now ADB.
Okay.
ADB. I've just received some Very, very, very important information from ADB. And we have to be consistent in the sense that we're saying that one state institutions
They have their
we
figures
highlight
out there.
them. Good.
If it doesn't go
no,
well.
ADB, I'm actually just, I'm studying this.
Maybe you should share with me.
Yes. And
I've not chanced on this.
In the case of, and I'll share, you know, how do you call it? We'll share further and better the particulars with you on the ADB story. But what I can tell you is that ADB, which is a Greek Development Bank, also inherited a 35 million. So, okay, so I don't have his permission to mention his name. Is it 35 million cedis debt or 35 million profit? But whatever it is, in 2025, profit after tax. So let's even assume that 35 million is actually a profit, right? So in the case of ADB, profit after tax in 2025 shot up from 35 million to 365 million.
It means that, you see, let me just tell you this. It means that we are doing something well, something right within the banking sector. And Moro, this may surprise you, but my friend, I mean, the one who is managing ADB rather, I am very close to. I have worked with him, I have worked under him.
Yes.
The Honorable Ato Sapon was my boss. And so I have a very, very good relationship with him. And so if I had seen this anywhere in the papers, I would have been, that would have been the first for me to highlight. But just to say that I have never doubted the competence of Ato. And he's a very disciplined manager. You know, when he's in charge, puts all those very affable, he will laugh when he has to, he will say, you know, he has a very good sense of humor and all of that. But he doesn't play with his work.
Right.
And my friend Prince Minka, who is now the PRO for Good Board, would say that we always have a name that we call Honorable Ato Sapon behind us, a TIF1, TIF2.
Right.
We understand what it means. He's a very, very, very serious leader, and anything he's committed to, he delivers excellence. So I am not surprised that ADB2 is seeing that turnaround. I've also seen in the papers, recently, Abraham Ferguson spoke about what is happening at GCB as well. So maybe we need a day to discuss the turnaround in the banking sector, the financial sector. Because the governor himself, I know, is doing well. Finance minister is doing well. Good Board is doing well. And so if the state banks are also performing, they are standing, it is something worth talking about. So let's have this conversation on another.
Let me do this. So this one, let me just read it because it's about the Black Stars before you move on and talk about the what happened in Parliament. So Master Planner Junior sends his message. It says, now that Otuado is sacked, we're begging the sports minister he shouldn't use sole sourcing to select a new coach for the Black Stars. Master Planner, Junior Policy Analyst from Kentampo. That's it. Anyway, so what happened in Parliament? Adam?
So let me say that I am a member of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament. And I do not intend to discuss fully everything that happened at or what happens within the committee, but because this video is out there, I would want to speak to it because you asked. Yesterday, we, as a committee, we sat to look into the special audit conducted by the ministry or sanctioned by the Ministry of Finance. And in that special audit yesterday, the Finance Ministry appeared, led by the Deputy Minister. Shortly after that, the Minister for Trade, and then we had Agric. For the Ministry of Agric, a number of issues were raised with regards to some supply of grains, rice, maize, and what have you. A particular company by name Rams Logistics, a company that I'm personally looking further into. I am trying to unbox who the owners are and who the directors are and all of that, and why the company was paid for some work that they did not do, as the report identified. And so the Deputy Minister earlier mentioned that after he presented his report to Parliament on the 10th of March.
It's actually today's daily graphic. Is that Rams Logistics refunded?
They refunded some 19.1 million.
Okay, all right.
So the Director of Procurement, in her speech, or making an excuse for why the company could not supply all or transport or distribute all the grains as they were paid to do, she mentioned that some party people took over the warehouse. As a member of the committee, I sought clarification that what do you mean by party people? Then the conversation changed from whether she meant party people as a political party or she meant parties to the contract. But I believe that Ghanaians are the best judges. All those who watched the video, those who heard her clear, you mentioned party people, related it to elections, and all of a sudden, I saw some attempts to, stop her from, or stop me from further interrogating her.
I don't think there's any ambiguity.
There's no ambiguity. We all heard what she said, and I wanted to find out that.
Yes.
Are you saying that the party people are responsible for the company's inability to supply the grains as they were paid to do? I just sought that clarification because Parliament is a house of records.
And hell broke loose.
Public hearing, people are watching and all of that. And so it resulted in some, heckling and banter here and there. And I also needed to set the record straight. But those issues, I believe the leadership of the committee will address it.
That's a very
harmless question. But you see, the good news is that, Moro, beyond the committee, as members of Parliament, we can take on some of these issues as public interest issues. And like I said, I am already trying to find out more about Rams Logistics. Do you know that even at a point, they converted their payment into quantities of rice, which means you supply rice or you transport the rice. But instead of paying you with money, some people at the helm of affairs at the time took the decision that let's pay you with rice. And all these things we need to, it is for the interest of this country. Look, at every point in time, our personal interest must give way for the national interest. We are there to fight for the people of Ghana. We are there to protect the public purse. And so I was only asking harmless questions. And if my questions and the clarifications that I sought were misconstrued to mean trying to overstep my boundaries and whatever, I believe that the committee will address it properly. But Moro, let me assure the people of Ghana that we will continue asking the right questions because we need to uncover what happened. And the committee has the power to do so. Moro, in this special audit, some of the things that the audit uncovered, companies that were overpaid, companies that have been paid already, but they have been able to process some people in the system, process documents for them, waiting to be paid. The only lack was that at the time those documents were submitted, the Auditor General did not have, the Accountant General did not have funds to pay. And so, if indeed nothing wrong happened, why were people overpaid and they are now refunding? Why do we have issues with people who are paid mobilization and no work has been done? And go further into the details. There are many of the companies, but I will not want to go into them because the issues are before the committee.
All right.
But after the committee deals with them, as a public interest advocate, as a member of Parliament, legitimately elected by the good people of Ketuno, I will continue to ask the right questions. And some of the things I'm finding out about these Rams Logistics, very interesting. But I would not want to put my information out now until I'm done with my research and all my investigation. And you can be rest assured that I'm a very media-friendly person. As and when I'm done compiling all the information I have on them, I will come to you, put it out there, and let the good people of Ghana know.
Okay, all right. So let's now jump on to a matter which has been in the public domain the last week, like 1 week or so. It has to do with the sole source contracts.
Yes.
There's been some development. Yesterday, the president spoke on this sole source contracts matter. Bright, if the video is ready, let's play that video, which then would set the tone for our conversation. Okay. All right. So the Daily Post today is reporting that the president says has ordered a full probe into the big push sole sourcing allegations. Now, President John Dramani Mahama is on page 8. So President John Dramani Mahama has directed his office to obtain the full report from investigative outlet, the Fourth Estate, following an expose on procurement processes linked to contracts under the government's flagship Big Push infrastructure program. The President issued the directive during a meeting with civil society organizations at the Jubilee House on Monday, March 30, in response to the media outlets' serialized reports, which he described as a probe into what he termed a ministry of soul sourcing. According to President Mahama, his administration has so far only seen excerpts of the investigation circulating in the media and online platforms. He stresses the need for a comprehensive review of the full report before any official conclusion or actions are taken. Although we have seen snippets of the investigation from the media, I have instructed my office to obtain the full detailed report from the Fourth Estate and to conduct a study of the various allegations presented in the report. The President also directed the Ministry of Roads and Highways to prepare and submit a detailed response addressing the claims raised in the investigations. He is indicating that any subsequent government action will be based on both the findings of the full report and the Ministry's official explanation. President Mahama clarified that soul sourcing, while often controversial, is permitted under Ghana's existing public procurement laws in specific circumstances. However, he emphasizes that open and competitive tendering remains the preferred approach for ensuring transparency, fair pricing, and value for money in public projects. We would all agree that open, transparent tenders are always preferable for achieving competitive pricing and value for money. The Big Push program, which is designed to accelerate infrastructure development across the country, has drawn significant public and stakeholder interest since its rollout. The allegations raised by the Fourth Estate have therefore intensified scrutiny of procurement practice under the initiative. The President assured civil society groups that his administration would treat the matter with seriousness and objectivity, adding that a thorough review process was necessary to maintain public confidence in government contracting and financial management system. And this is what has been reported by the Daily Post of today. Let's listen and watch the President.
I encourage civil society organizations to actively engage with this legislative process, offer constructive input, and support public awareness when it is enacted. Moreover, I encourage you to collaborate with government to oversee public projects, monitor budget execution, and enhance social accountability mechanisms. Together, we can rebuild and strengthen public trust in our institutions. In this regard, I note the recent expose by the Fourth Estate on procurement processes related to the award of contracts under the Big Push program. While sole sourcing is legal under certain circumstances, under our current procurement law, we would all agree that open, transparent tenders are always preferable for achieving competitive pricing and value for money. Although we've seen snippets of the investigation from the media, I've instructed my office to obtain the full detailed report from the Fourth Estate and to conduct a study of the various allegations presented in the report. We're also requesting the Ministry of Roads and Highways to present a detailed response to those allegations made therein in order to inform government's action on the matter. And it is precisely for such situations that I announced that government will introduce amendments to the Public Procurement Act to limit single sourcing in order to promote greater transparency and ensure proper value for money for the money we spend on projects. I've also requested the Minister of Finance to fast-track the setup of the Independent Value for Money Office, since the amendment to the procurement legislation will require that all single-source procurements be subject to rigorous value for money review. I remain of the conviction that single sourcing must be used as sparingly as possible and would consult with civil society on the new legislation we propose to use to restrict it as a method of procurement.
Start your kids' day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson, that's
Me didn't tum. Mr. Friendly Calico, just call me cockroach.
Now, Mr. Friendly once now.
Hey, that's a new. Improve car. Yeah. Captain Mosquito, double the accent. Me did it, Sasso spray. Mr. Friendly Sasso quell. Yeah, go to my Sasso.
Come tum preko.
Hey, Bunty, why you there? Wallahi, today go give me my money. Oh, my guy, what's up? Oba unze me din na dede baby. Scano saying 500 cedis per.
I see. Level don't change. But to show me the way.
But there's some sorry, Amanua. Talk to babe.
¿Quieres ganar dinero?
Huh?
Cash.
Yes, cash.
Let me show you the easy way to make money with one shot. Visit the Wanna Own website at wannaown.us. Sign up with your phone number and get ready to play. Select games on the homepage and then select one shot game. Deposit to make an entry, then pick a number from 0 to 99. If your number comes up, you win a cool 500 cedis.
Hey, so it'll be easy like that.
Just like that.
So I'll go fit buy my dream car.
Por supuesto. Just visit wannaown.us and win some cool cash prizes.
It's Bemi. Boom! You be too much.
Play responsibly. Gaming can be addictive. Accredited and endorsed by the Gaming Commission of Ghana.
When nations rise, it begins with bold conversations. When economies grow, it is driven by partnership. This April, Ghana's business and policy leaders converge at the Pro Business Forum 2026, the nation's premier platform for investment, enterprise, and economic transformation. With special guest of honor, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, joining captains of industry, financial institutions, investors, and entrepreneurs.
The Pro Business Forum is more than just an event. It is a call to action. And so let us work together to build a Ghana that is competitive, productive, and inclusive, and a Ghana that creates opportunities for all.
Come, let's engage in high-level dialogue, explore industry exhibitions, build powerful networks, and unlock real opportunities from finance and insurance to manufacturing, agribusiness, SMEs, and innovation. This is where it all happens. From the 3rd to the 5th of April 2026 at the Kwo Convention Center in Praeso Hills. Go to www.kwobusinessforum.com and register now. To register for exhibitions, call 059 555 5885 or 059 555 5995. Kwo Business Forum. Connect, promote, grow.
It's going to be a celebration with Kivo this year at Kwo. Step into the Kivo village at Obomin Market and enjoy correct chicken soup cooked with Kivo 100% natural spices, and refresh yourself with Kivo Gary Soakings mix any time of the day. Special appearance at the Kivo village is the Metro TV Jollof Festival. Live cooking, food tasting, and non-stop entertainment. Remember to join us daily for the true taste of Ghana, made with Kivo 100% natural spices and your favorite, the Kivo Gary Soakings mix at the Kivo village at the Obomin Market all day, all night. Kivo, taste of Ghana. From the 2nd to the 6th of April, don't miss it. Kivo Village, taste the culture, live the moment. Kwo!
I encourage civil society organizations to actively engage with this legislative process, offer constructive input, and support public awareness when it is enacted. Moreover, I encourage you to collaborate with government to oversee public projects, monitor budget execution, and enhance social accountability mechanisms. Together, we can rebuild and strengthen public trust in our institutions. In this regard, I note the recent expose by the Fourth Estate on procurement processes related to the award of contracts under the Big Push program. While sole sourcing is legal under certain circumstances, under our current procurement law, would all agree that open, transparent tenders are always preferable for achieving competitive pricing and value for money. Although we've seen snippets of the investigation from the media, I've instructed my office to obtain the full detailed report from the Fourth Estate and to conduct a study of the various allegations presented in the report. We're also requesting the Ministry of Roads and Highways to present a detailed response to those allegations made therein in order to inform government's action on the matter. And it is precisely for such situations that I announced that government will introduce amendments to the Public Procurement Act to limit single sourcing in order to promote greater transparency and ensure proper value for money for the money we spend on projects. I've also requested the Minister of Finance to fast-track the setup of the Independent Value for Money Office, since the amendment to the procurement legislation will require that all single-source procurements be subject to rigorous value for money review. I remain of the conviction that single sourcing must be used as sparingly as possible and would consult with civil society on the new legislation we propose to use to restrict it as a method of procurement.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My guests are still here. Kwame Prempeh is a member of the MPP's communications team. He is also former deputy CEO of the Public Procurement Authority, and he's a technology and also a management expert as well. Also with us here is MP for Ketu North, and that's Eric Edemagbana, also a youth activist and doing very well for his people in his constituency. So Edem, I want us to look at this new twist to the Fourth Estate revelations about sole sourcing at the Roads Ministry and what the President has just said about how he intends to deal with it. Bring me the full report, let's look at it, and then we'll tell you subsequently what our actions are. What do you make of this whole matter?
Well, Moro, let me begin by commending President Mahama for once again showing leadership when it mattered most. We have seen many presidents, not just in Ghana, but across Africa, dismiss the role of civil society organizations in governance. But here is a president who, after all the discussions, or even as the discussions linger on the fact that the Ministry of Roads and Highways awarded some contracts on sole source basis, the president has asked for the full report from the investigative body, the Fourth Estate. He has asked for a response from the Roads Minister, and the fact that he has shown commitment to getting into the issues to understand what went on before some decisions will be taken shows that this is a listening president, and that is commendable. Often in opposition, political parties tend to praise and, commend civil society organizations for their work, because very often their work is usually anti-government. So it is very difficult to see the presidents of the state invite civil society organizations again, and this is not the first time he's engaging them since he became president. And for him to make such firm pronouncements on these issues shows the kind of person we have as president. And I think that all of us must commend President Mahama for showing leadership. He did not dismiss the reports. He was not dismissive, but he has even further encouraged civil society organizations to be more interested in governance and how even contracts are awarded. That deserves the commendation because President Mahama has lived up to expectation. He has shown that as a leader, you need all these critical voices, including even voices of people in opposition, to lead the country in a way that pleases the citizens, in a way that restores integrity to the presidency. And we must commend President Mahama. But going into the issues, I have listened to my senior brother, the Honorable Kwame Gavin Agboja, the Minister for Roads. I've also followed the story by the Fourth Estate. Let me say that from the beginning, I think that right from the word go, the Fourth Estate engaged in what I would describe as needless sensationalism.
Also,
before they released the report, all over their social media, say we are about to release a major scandal. We are about to release a scandal, that a particular ministry has become the factory for sole source contracts. Flyers were all over social media.
It wasn't the
and how they advertised it. Scandal. And let's pay attention to the words. Major scandals. And when they released the report, even some members or some members of the opposition asked, so is this what it is? So sourced. Let's be fair to the fact. As we speak today, in our legislation, sole source is one of the methods for procurement. So, if any ministry engages in sole sourcing, it is not illegal. The law provides for it and how it can be done. We can now get back to political issues where you accuse the NDC of bastardizing sole sourcing while in opposition. And when you raise such a concern, it's a legitimate concern that the NDC in opposition said, we will not engage in the abuse of sole sourcing. But I am yet to see any NDC official, because when you see our manifesto, and I know you have copies of the manifestos here, check the part on procurement. We said we will not abuse sole sourcing. Abuse means to unnecessarily take advantage of it. Now, what are the contracts that are under review for, or we are discussing for sole sourcing? Don't forget that Big Push is a government flagship program. And when President Mahama promised that every year he would commit 10 billion into infrastructure development, 10 billion. Big Push is one of our flagship projects, 10 billion into infrastructure development. I have nothing against competitive bidding for projects like this. But these are major economic corridors. And you know that on the average, and yesterday I listened to Suleiman Abrahima when he said, are we saying competitive bidding cannot be done in a month? If you know the law and you know how procurement laws work in this country, there's no way you can finish for a major road or a major project like that. You can never finish in a month, not even 2. Look, even at the assembly level, last year, District Assembly Common Fund released for all districts, including mine, Ketu North Municipality, when we started following the procurement laws for even construction of 3 unit classroom blocks, 1 chief's compound and all of that, it took us 6 months. So it was only this year 2026, that we were able to cut short for those projects that we should have done last year. So imagine, even at the assembly level, small projects like 3 unit classroom block and all of that could take us 6 months to complete the process, to get all the approvals. And so government decided that we want to finish some of these roads. And look, it takes about 6 to 8 months to design a road. So by the time you go through so they decided that for the fact that we need to have a quick turnaround on these roads, look at the Aflau to Wo Road. All of us, including me as member of parliament, Joje, Fenyi, and those communities that are along that road, we were in a hurry. My chiefs were in a hurry to have the project done. The government decided that for these major economic corridor roads, because it's a flagship project of government, let us use sole sourcing. You can criticize that decision, and you are right to do so. But government in its wisdom believes that it is the way to facilitate the project so that these roads can be completed within schedule. Because as we speak, the contractors have been given time. And when you come to a place like Ketunov, the Penny area, the contractor working there is already asphalting. And they are actively working. And these things are happening across the country. Every region is seeing a big push project. So you can criticize it, there's no problem. My problem is that the fact that you want to say that because it is sole sourcing, it means that it is a scandal. What is a scandal? Anytime we raised issues with sole sourcing, with any project under NPP, it was based on Auditor General's report. What reference? So, Moro, if
Moro,
they
it seems
tell
that my
that,
friend is just repeating himself.
No, it was based on Auditor General. No, I've not repeated myself. Moro, if we said the road from Metro TV to Alisa was 100 million Ghana cedis, and we said that it was overpriced or the contract was inflated, by whose calculation? Anytime we criticize the NPP based on sole sourcing, it was based on the Auditor General's report and their findings. But in this case, you cannot just sit and say, let's calculate. And I've seen some very funny calculations ongoing. For example, people have raised the issue that to calculate the cost of a kilometer of road, you take the total contract sum and divide it by the distance or by the kilometers. But that's two roads, no two roads can be the same. For example, the whole to Toko Road, I'm using this one because that is my constituency. The rehabilitation of that road that you see, and people say rehabilitation, why is it more expensive? It involves even dualizing Georgetown roads. And as I speak, over 100 people have had their properties demolished. Compensation will be paid. All those things are factored into the cost. So for such a distance, the amount cannot be the same as a road of the same distance which does not involve demolitions or even dualization. So how do we just sit and analyze? Again, when you go to the ministries, it's about the technical people. And I'm happy that my brother is here. Kwame is here. He was deputy at PPA. His boss, the person you work with, appointed by the NPP, is still the one there. Whether sole sourcing or competitive bidding, approval is given by the PPA. Are we saying that the PPA did not do due diligence? Your boss that you work with, maybe you should tell us. You don't believe that he has the capacity to do due diligence enough to give approval for these contracts to be issued. So, Moro, this, like I said, you can criticize that NDC said we will not abuse sole sourcing and raise issues with it. But you cannot claim it is corruption because by whose measure? And I've seen all these calculations. People say it's just rehabilitation, but like I've told you, some rehabilitations even involve dualization of the roads. Okay. It involves demolitions and what of that. The scope of work is not the same. So you cannot say because the distance between this town and this community are this, we are spending this for that. Okay. But for this community, the scope of work is not the same. All right. We need to look into those issues. Again, Moro, when we talk about issues of procurement and issues of sole sourcing, there's something very important that we have to speak about. It is about the fact that all these contractors that we are talking about, today we have seen a number of Ghanaian contractors actively working on the roads. Even without mobilization, they are delivering within schedule. Which of the big push contracts have been awarded where you can say the people did not have the capacity, for which reason the work is not going on? None is behind schedule, none. Because one of the essence of going through competitive bidding is to find somebody who has the capacity to do the work. Now, if you criticize that I have given the work to Moro based on sole sourcing, and Moro is doing the work and is delivering, it means that morally, even that argument is lost. Because sole sourcing is still within our rights, it's still within our laws, and if the ministry gives it, we can only raise issues. Now, under the NPP, aside the thousands of contracts that were given based on sole sourcing, we have had situations where mobilizations were given, but no work was done. and we will be releasing some of
which road is that? Which road is that?
We have had
the road.
We've had situations where mobilizations were given, but no work was done.
So which road were they?
But no work was done.
Which roads?
Moro. I will get into
you
the
just
road.
can't make accusations without
you see,
any
you are not the one asking the question. I'm telling you that.
Let us
Under the
you can't just say something.
Oh yes, I'll mention them. I have a list. I have a list of them. Yes, I have a list of them.
They gave them mobilization.
That mobilization.
Money.
That we gave them. Yes. That and beyond even rules.
Allegation
and even beyond rules across all sectors. And we are talking about procurement. No, it's not just why. So is it done only at the road sector? But I will mention.
So roads you don't have
now Moro.
Oh, he says
the issue is that yes, I will share a list with you.
Yes.
Then Moro, to conclude on this issue,
all right.
I have also heard some funny arguments about the number of workers that some of these companies have. You heard it.
Yes.
They say one of the companies have 4 workers per their own.
It speaks to capacity to deliver.
Moro.
That's what your critics are saying.
Moro, if it speaks to capacity.
Yes.
The contractor they are mentioning as having only 4 workers.
Is he on site?
The person is on site. Yesterday he took TV3 and other stations there. And he has done the work already above 40%.
Really?
Moro, when you talk about contract,
the person has two staff?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Why, Moro? The work that the person has done, the name of the company, I think is something around Sanam or something.
Yeah. It's also
on the
Volta region, isn't it?
Yes, he's working. He's one of his projects. Okay. That same company, under MPP,
yes.
They got 22 contracts and they delivered.
The same company.
Now, let me explain to you something. Moro, if you are a construction firm, you need to understand that construction firms employ on project based.
Yeah.
Now, are you telling me that the company or the firm that is working between Penny and Toko that have employed over 100 of my constituents working with them, right after that project is done, those people will be on their payroll and they will be paying SNIT.
Keep them as permanent staff.
You can't pay. No, you can't keep them.
You can't.
Who do we pay SNIT for? It is only for permanent staff.
Right.
So project based, as and when you get the job, as and when you get the contract, then you engage the people and you pay them.
Okay.
So how do you look at a company's number of people they are paying staff, they are paying SNIT for, and assume that it means that the company has only 4 staff? Go to the Insawam to Pokwasi Road. Insawam to Pokwasi Road. The number of people working, why? The drivers, the casual workers, are they paying SNIT for them? Is the company paying SNIT for them? Because what are the laws related to SNIT?
Okay.
So you cannot ridiculously, you cannot ridiculously just look at the fact that a company is paying SNIT for 4 people, and because of that, it means the company has only 4 staff. Now tell me. Yes, I'll give you the list.
I want you to hear before you leave.
Yes.
The requirement of having staff
is
not conjuncted by the MPP or any other guardian. To get the A1, B1 is a requirement by the ministry themselves.
Right.
That to get A1, B1, you should have at least 2 project managers who have 10 plus years of experience.
Mention them, yes.
That is what it is a requirement to get that certificate.
Okay.
Right.
And
you should have at least 4.
Are you suggesting that these companies you're referring
to don't have these are the list of
you ask? I mean, it prepared your slate.
So at the
you get the point.
No, you see what you don't use
to get the certificate.
Listen, my brother. At SNIT, at the ministry does not look at whether the number of people you are paying SNIT for. And I will give you an example.
Okay.
I have a friend called Prince. He's an accountant. He has his day job. But he is also the account officer for a construction firm. As and when they have to prepare their books, he will go and do. So even though the company can present him as his accounting firm, he doesn't do his 9 to 5 or his 8 to 5 over there. He may be taking his SNIT from a different company or his own firm. Because these companies work based on project based. What is so difficult to understand?
No.
Again, you said I should mention some of the rules. Why? When Wuntumi was paid, the 50 million mobilization for Cocoa Roads, did he do it? And many, many more. Moro, for the Polugu Dam, there have been issues of mobilization paid. Did they do the work? Over $80 million. Did they do the work? Many others. So all I'm saying is that if you want to criticize us for giving, or criticize Honorable Abuja for giving out contracts based on sole sourcing, do so. And you are within your right to do so. But to allege an irregularity, when you, the person making the allegation, Suleiman Abrahama, when did he become a technical person to determine how much a road costs? And in any case, let's stop some of these things because it is not the road minister that determines the cost of a project.
Nobody is saying
that. It's the technical people.
Nobody is saying that.
So if you are alleging that there is over inflation or we have inflated the price of the project, tell us the metric, what you are measuring it against.
Okay.
If Moro, you tell me that this...
And so it was just myself and Kwame who would also would have his turn and to share his perspective on this, on the president's request from the Fourth Estate to furnish him with the full details of the investigations they've done into the sole source contracts under the Roads Ministry, and then some further actions and steps will be taken.
Well, let me come in again.
Yes.
Because he asked about, you see, I'm getting more of the...
My brother wants to take all the time.
Tamale to
Savelegu, so let him supply.
Tamale to Savelegu Wale Road. They were paid $29.6 million, and yet they failed to execute the job. That is another one. Like I'm telling you, I have a tall list. Again, a very experienced contractor is telling me that tell Muro and the MPP guy that contractors only employ casual workers when a contract is awarded. We only employ the experts such as engineers and also the equipment. We normally lease them because what will be the essence of investing heavily in those equipment when you have no project? So these are project based.
You heard, they only employ engineers.
Yes.
When they are project based.
When they get a project.
But you see, the document you are referring to did not say that the company did not have engineers.
What you just read.
It says that they are paying SNIT for 4 people. And I'm saying that let us...
What you just said.
Tomorrow, I can be taking SNIT from a different institution. I cannot pay double SNIT.
You said that what you just said. What you just said. You are saying something to support your claim.
Yes.
And what you just read. Just said, yes, they employ on project basis.
Yes.
Exactly.
Except engineers.
Yes.
And he mentioned that.
Yes.
Right? It wasn't there.
Yes.
So if the law is requiring that you should have certain engineers in play, you don't have them. And there's a problem.
Which engineers did they require that they didn't have? You see, you are only basing it that they said they pay SNIT for 4 people. And I'm saying
that is people you must have.
It is ridiculous to assume that because you pay SNIT for 4 people.
Is the employment of a permanent engineer a requirement to get a license? That's what I want to know.
What he was, he brought us something to support his case.
And I'm saying that they do that based on the project.
And then he said, but engineers, you have to have employment.
Yes.
Just read it again.
Moro, let me give you another. Moro, let me give you a typical issue. Let me give you a typical example.
Because we don't have.
Yeah, I'm leaving. So let me just end it. Just 1 minute. Moro,
he's been talking all the time.
Moro, yes, he's leaving it.
Moro, you are the morning show host. You host the morning show on Metro TV. It is possible that you can be the business development manager for a different firm. So when you leave here, you go there. Now, it is possible that where you work after Metro TV is where your SNIT is paid.
Yes.
When Metro TV presents a list of stuff that they pay SNIT for,
nobody is complaining about
not there, it does not mean that you do not work at Metro TV.
Nobody is disputing that.
That must be said.
Okay. Said that about 3 4. We are not disputing that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Eric. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you, Moro.
Thank you very much. All right. So Kwame, please lay your issues down and let's take it from there. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a good day, boss.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm joining back.
All right. So let's go.
It's unfortunate that my brother has to go. You know,
because
there's certain things that
no, that's okay.
I'll follow.
There will be a part 2 of this next week.
That
I promise.
I think the NBC is trying to shift the argument to trivial things. Right. Let's look at the core of the argument.
Okay.
Now we are now trying to praise John Mahama or the president committee CSO. All the predecessors made CSOs. Nana Akufo-Addo made CSOs a lot of times. As close as getting to the election in 2024, I think somewhere in October or so, he made CSOs. So meeting CSOs in itself is not an achievement. So we should not come and sit here and say the president is a listening government because he's meeting CSOs. The previous president also made CSOs. So that in itself is not an achievement. You see, the point is, the president cannot tell me that he was not aware of this big push project and how it was awarded. Because it is a core activity that they are doing. It is their flagship program. It's something that I think they would have discussed, many times at cabinet. So for me to say that he had no idea that this was going on, it's neither here nor there. But I don't think that the president is that incompetent. He knows what his ministers are doing. So he shouldn't, try and throw sand into our eyes and then, I want to see the report because he didn't know. No, for me, I think he knew. Now, Moro, let's get to the point of the matter.
Well, he says he's aware of the report, but he just has snippets of it.
No,
so
I'm
he
saying
wants the full
my point is he's aware of the single source that have been given out.
Oh, you mean by the Roads Ministry?
Oh, yes.
But that's an assumption.
No, come on. For such an important project, for a flagship project that he is delivering to the Ghanaian people, He'll tell me that he doesn't get updates during cabinet meetings.
But Kwame, let's do this. Let's even assume that yes, I get the point you're making. That if you want to show us that your president was on top of your game, you must be no problem. But does that stop the president, for instance, from saying, even though I know this is the information I have, bring your information and let me compare and contrast?
No, my point is he's trying to make it seem
that he doesn't know.
That he doesn't know, and now he wants to know. It shouldn't be the case.
But when I listen to the president, I don't get that impression.
Not the president. I'm talking about
Edem. Oh, you mean Edem? Okay. You got me a bit confused. Okay.
Edem was trying to.
Oh, that's fine.
The impression he was trying to create here for the viewers. Yeah, that's why I want
to.
Yes. Now let's get to this one. You know, the issue is not the fact that they were against single source or sole source, right? The word is actually single source. Sole source is a subset of single source.
Okay.
Right. Now, it's not just the fact that they were against it, but it's what they said about it. And I can quote you a few of the things that they said, right? Especially this current road minister. In 2021, he organized a press conference. And this is exactly what he said. The reason why government is unable to construct more roads is because of single source, which inflates the cost of such contracts. This is the current minister we are talking about. And this is his view when it comes to single source, or sole source as many call it. So how come he can now come and defend the use of single source and sole source, regardless of even looking at whatever is, going into the details of the contract? We should not say, oh, it's because we just lied to the Ghanaian people. But we are talking about governance here. The Ghanaian people believed NDC when they were talking in opposition. The Ghanaian people voted for NDC because of the things that they said they were going to do when they come into power. So when you come and you are doing contrary to what you said, you just come and just brush it over, say, let's move on. I said this, but I'm going to do that. It's a very important thing the Ghanaians must know. And there are other areas that they said other things in opposition that they are doing different now. But we are not discussing that now.
Right.
Now, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Samuel Kujeto, said in December 2024 that NDC is promising to change the procurement laws to stop the use of single source or sole source.
That's also a fact.
That's a fact. That's what he said.
Fact. Yes.
So to come and sit here and say, oh, we just said it, but we didn't condemn it. No, you condemn it and you said we were going to stop it. So if you are doing the same, then the assumption is you are also inflating contracts, because that's what you said, that if you use single source, you inflate contracts. Now let's get into the contracts that we are discussing here. And my brother is right. No two roads are the same. I mean, as a procurement expert, a procurement professional, definitely I won't come and sit here and say two roads are the same. There are several things that determine, the cost of roads. The topography, the amount of overheads that you have, compensation as he mentioned. There are a lot of things that goes into determining what road is. But he can't tell me that you cannot determine a road by looking at the scope of works. Well, that's why you do value for money. Value for money, you do benchmarking. Though no roads are the same, we have rates. The thing that you are going to do, how much did it cost previously? So you look at all these things, and then you can benchmark against previous projects, though it's not the same, and come to a certain amount. So you cannot just go and conjure some figure and come and put it in front of us and say no roads are the same, so take it as it is. And if a road that you were building costs about 25 million euros, and you are going to pay about 2 times more than the price to rehabilitate it, then definitely people will ask questions. How come? And then you must be, humble enough to give us the details, instead of coming and sit here and say, yeah, it's just not the same, it's just not the same. And these are the things that we are talking about, is to be accountable to the Ghanaian people. Now, let me give another example of the contract that we believe, have been inflated. So if you look at a certain road, as a rehabilitation of the Sikuma Junction, road, it's about 24.4 kilometers.
Right.
And this road is costing over 600 million Ghana cedis.
Okay.
So the cost per kilometer is about 27 million Ghana cedis. And let me correct this. Every contract, everything you are purchasing has units.
Yeah.
Right? The units of road is the cost per kilometer, regardless of whatever is involved. But of course, the scope will determine the cost per kilometer.
True.
So if we are using cost per kilometer, them should not say, that's not how you quantify roads. It's the cost per kilometer. Yes, if you want to go into the scope, then you go into the details in the bills. That's the bill of quantity. then you see exactly what is going to be done. But when you are looking at it comprehensively or holistically, it's the cost per kilometer that you look at. So it is not wrong for the fourth estate to be using the cost per kilometer. Now, going back to this road, it's a 24.4 kilometer road. It costs us 600 million. So per kilometer, we are paying 27 million per kilometer, which is about $2.5 million dollars per kilometer, which is way above what has been done previously. The maximum that was done previously, I think, was around, you will be looking at around 900,000 or so.
Yeah.
So it is way above, and every expert in this, sector will tell you this is way above. Now, there's another one, which is upgrading of the names Apuguso to Impakadan Feeder Road. Now, this road is 9 kilometers, only 9 kilometers, and it's costing us 145 million Ghana cedis, which is about 16.3, in cedis per kilometer, and 1.48 million per kilometer. Now, this is very important, and that is why when you say if you look at the scope, yes, it's important we should look at the scope and see what is in there. For this particular road, 37 million has been reserved for the maintenance of the feeder roads headquarters. 37 million. So this 37 million is increasing the kilometer per road, right? But why would you put 37 million in a contract for 37 million for the maintenance of your headquarters in a contract for constructing roads? Why? It's in there.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
It's quite a bit. 37 million for it's not building a new office, so it's maintenance of that office.
And okay, so it's not a makeshift office. It's a permanent office.
Yes, it's the current head office.
And the maintenance of this is 37 million cedis.
That is what they've said.
Is there a breakdown?
Is it maintenance or upgrading or rehabilitation?
Or just an office?
For the office. No, the fact that it costs a lot is one thing. But another thing is, why are you putting it in the road contracts? Why is it not a standalone project for you to construct? So we are saying that the contractor that's building the road is the one that's also going to rehabilitate or maintain or update or upgrade their headquarters. And I am told that this is not the only contract that they have such a clause in there. There is another contract, I think I've mentioned it, that is the upgrading of Todome to Parliamentary, which is costing 300 million, and in there they have about 5 million also for the
Todome.
Okay, thank you for the correction. To Parliament.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not learning. Todome
to Parliament.
To Parliament.
Yes.
I hope I'm improving.
Yes, I have great teachers here. So,
oh, okay, yes. Wonderful. Yes. I'm always ready to learn. So these are some of the major things that we have to look at. But, Moro, since this news came out, right, the biggest concern for me is the fact that the Minister of Roads has gone to Parliament and give complete different accounts to what we are discussing here.
Prove that to me.
Now, the fourth estate requested from the ministry and its agencies the contracts that are involved in the Big Push projects. They received 115 projects from the ministry themselves and the agencies. Out of the 115, the ministry had indicated that 8 of them were from the previous government. So then it leaves 107 projects that has been given out under Big Push when NDC came to power. This is data that the ministry themselves provided and its agencies. I think, if I believe them, what they said is that it was given in 3 tranches. I think some came from the ministry, and then some from the feeder roads, and some from urban roads. And you put them together, it was 115. And then when you take the 8 out, then you have the 107. Now, these are verifiable information that they themselves provided to Fourth Estate. However, the minister came to Parliament and said there are only 54 projects that are given under Big Push.
Okay.
So how come the ministry and the agencies gave 107 to Fourth Estate? That's the question we should ask.
I think on this note, this question you just asked, I beg you, let me bring in my viewers.
No problem.
We've been talking for some time now.
No problem.
So, Samuel Brad Moabane says that Moro, Big Push, Big Loot. This government has taken everything they once accused the erstwhile administration of doing to a far higher level. You don't need to be a rocket scientist or a quantum physicist to see that this is a vehicle for create, loot and share. Who signs a government contract on Sunday? I do not blame them alone. Frank Mante, the PPA boss, is an arbiter who's aiding them in milking this country dry. Ghana, I am Obododo, Samuel Brian Boy. May God have mercy on those who use his holy hours to do bad things. Desmond, who is the managing editor of the Catalyst newspaper, says when President Mahama criticized sole source contracts under the NPP, he was right. At the time, the NDC referred to the Auditor General's report, which clearly states that the cost of some sole source road contracts under the NPP were inflated by 300%. This is the Auditor General's report, not NDC. Let the NPP stop obfuscating the issue. The noise is too much. Abuja is not like them. And then let me end with this one. Austin Game, who is a labor expert, says that tomorrow, good when Mahama knows about it, it's about negative perceptions. Sandy Saliu says the proactiveness of GM in addressing even a seemingly mischievous publication where a scintilla of evidence of scandal can't be traced is legendary. Whenever he sniffs something, he acts swiftly and with the speed of light. This was never gotten in the erstwhile administration. As for the sacking of Otuado, it's long overdue. His second coming offered the Black Stars Nazi, just as his namesake did the same for corporate Ghana between 2020 and 2024. Good morning from Sandy Saliu. Let me read this one. Duke Enyimedu says that please tell them to calm down with his defense. He's shouting and damaging his voice box. Tell him it's about his voice box that I care about, but the dignity of the show as a platform that doesn't allow propaganda and zero facts. Now, please discover MNC Group, your number one partner in minerals and food commodity trading, real estate development, general logistics, procurement, management consultancy, investment advisory, export and import, with headquarters in East Legon, Accra, Ghana. MNC Group has offices in Dubai, Hong Kong, Guangzhou in China, Johannesburg in South Africa, Virginia, Italy, Hanover, Germany. We connect markets that drive business growth with tailor-made solutions to meet your needs. Trust us to maximize your value in every deal. Reach us on mncgroup at mncgroupgh.com or call 0302-998-246 or 026-55-505-337 or 056-103-2252. MNC Group, totally reliant. I want to say big thanks to you, Kwame. Unfortunately, we have to leave. Please make time to join us next week so we can continue this conversation.
Jesus Christ loves you, and greater love hath no man. Because of his love, he opens the way. He opens eyes, ears, and minds. Open your heart and experience General Conference